To flourish and expand, people's lives and livelihoods, economies, and societies rely on energy that is easy, secure, and inexpensive. People have never been more connected than they are now. More and more of us are gaining access to better jobs, better health, and higher living standards. Oil and coal, as well as natural gas, provide most of the electricity we use today. These hydrocarbons are used to power, heat, and cool homes and offices, as well as to fuel transportation systems that drive us to work or school. According to National Geographic, we consume 320 billion kilowatt-hours of energy every day. Most of this massive demand is met by burning fossil fuels. So far, fossil fuels have served our energy needs effectively, but they are non-renewable and quickly depleting. These power sources have also added significantly to pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. By 2050, the world's population is expected to reach 9 billion, almost 2 billion more than it is now. Global energy demand is increasing, driven by a developing population and raising living standards. The time has come to find suitable and less expensive fossil fuel alternatives. Scientists are constantly looking for newer and greener sources of energy that have a low environmental effect and contribute less to global warming, which is thought to be caused by the emission of carbon dioxide as fossil fuels are burned. Meeting these demands would need a significant shift in the global energy environment as well as the creation of a variety of alternative energy sources. Since the energy system is too vast and energy demand is increasing at such a rapid rate, in the future we will have different sources of energy to meet the needs of people. In this video, we will talk about different sources of energy which is to be used in the future. So before starting this video, thumbs up for the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and turn on all notifications to get more amazing and interesting videos. Watch the complete video to get a complete insight into some cleaner and greener future sources of energy to meet our energy requirements. Since the global power demand continues to rise, nuclear energy is gaining in popularity as a renewable source of power that is supposed to solve the worldwide issue of climate change by producing carbon-free electricity. The nuclei of two or more atoms are broken, fission, or fusion, to generate nuclear energy. The use of fissile U-235 and Pu-239 is the foundation of today's nuclear energy. The 90th atom on the periodic table, thorium, is the second heaviest element on the planet. Thorium, like iron and uranium, is a natural element. Its properties, like those of uranium, cause it to be used to fuel a nuclear chain reaction, which can be used to power a power plant and generate electricity. On the Earth's surface, thorium is 3 times more abundant than uranium. Since a thorium reactor consumes almost all the fuel, it produces less pollution. Additionally, unlike traditional reactors, thorium-fueled reactors can run at atmospheric pressure. The climate-friendly nuclear alternative using thorium as a reactor is the perfect complement to long-term renewable energy. Tidal power is one of the most important green energy sources, but it is in its early stages. On a global scale, the amount of energy that could be generated from tidal motions is huge. The world's oceans are thought to have about 1 terawatt of exploitable energy. This will be sufficient to fuel 10 billion 100-watt light bulbs at the same time. It collects energy from the tidal force and wave motion caused by the moon's and the sun's gravitational pulls. 3 technology can be used to produce tidal power. For most tidal energy generators, turbines are placed in tidal streams. A turbine is a mechanical device that takes energy from the flow of fluid. This fluid may be either air, wind, or liquid, water. Tidal energy is more efficient than wind energy because water is much denser than air. They generate a consistent and reliable supply of electricity. A massive dam known as a barrage is used as another form of tidal energy generator. Since the dam is low, water will spill over the top or into generators in the dam with a barrage. They are built across rivers, bays, and estuaries. Tidal fences are a type of tidal power system that has vertical axis turbines mounted in a fence or row placed on the seabed. Next comes the using hydrogen as a source of fuel. Hydrogen is a colorless, odorless gas making 74% of the total mass of the universe. It is the most basic ingredient of life, readily present on the planet but not in its purest form. Hydrogen gas rises into the atmosphere since it is lighter than oxygen. Therefore, it is not contained naturally on Earth and must be made. Hydrogen has the highest energy content by weight while having the lowest energy content by volume, of any common fuel. At the moment, hydrogen is mostly used as fuel in NASA's space program. Since hydrogen can be produced safely from green energy sources and is practically pollution-free, it can follow electricity as a major energy carrier. It can be used as a fuel source for zero-emission cars. Hydrogen is a renewable fuel that produces only hydrogen, electricity, and heat when burned in a fuel cell. Hydrogen and fuel cells play a significant role in our national energy policy, with applications in nearly every sector: transportation, commercial, residential, domestic, and portable. Hydrogen can replace electricity as a major energy carrier in the future because it can be generated efficiently from clean energy sources and is practically pollution-free. It can also be used to power zero-emission engines, heat homes and offices, generate electricity, and fuel planes. Researchers have developed a new technology that can convert any window or glass into a photovoltaic solar cell, so transforming the windows into a solar panel. It transforms both our design and energy output. Solar windows are a game-changing renewable energy system that produces solar power passively. Solar windows are transparent windows that can capture sunlight and convert it to electrical energy. These windows allow normal visible light to pass in while generating a portion of the solar spectrum and transform it into electricity. Skyscrapers and other big buildings with glass facades have a covering on windows to minimize light and heat from the sun, allowing them to use sheets of transparent solar cells to help power the structure as well. Solar windows have a great impact as an energy source, and this simple technology could play a big role in our battle against climate change very soon. While the current state of this technology isn't great, it is a step in the right direction for figuring out how to convert windows into renewable energy and use them in the future to meet our needs. Biofuels are combustible fuels created from biomass. Biofuel is a term that refers to liquid fuels like ethanol and biodiesel that are used to replace automotive fuels like gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Biofuels emit less carbon dioxide than fossil fuels, so they can be mixed with traditional fuels to effectively reduce carbon dioxide pollution in the transportation sector. Ethanol and biodiesel are the two most used biofuels currently. Both technologies were the first wave of biofuel technology. Second-generation biofuels come from lignocellulosic crops and can be made from a variety of biomass sources. Biofuels have sparked a lot of interest in recent years due to high energy prices and worries about climate change caused by greenhouse gas pollution. In the future, they may be particularly useful in helping to decarbonize the aviation, maritime, and heavy-duty road transportation sectors. The renewable energy source, that is thousands of times greater than any of the oil and gas fields together, is the Earth's heat, or geothermal energy, which can be found underground. There are two primary sources of geothermal energy. One is the oxidation of radioactive elements, such as uranium and potassium, and the other is primordial heat, which was retained by the Earth's crust. As heat rises to the surface, it heats the water that filters through the rocks and is then used to generate steam. While the process of extracting this form of energy is relatively easy, it is only possible in seismic areas or where tectonic plaques intersect. The third-generation systems, also known as EGS, are the most promising of the most recent geothermal energy extraction systems, enhanced geothermal systems. Their equipment makes geothermal wells and dry rock significantly improve energy production. High-pressure water is injected underground with EGS systems to increase or stimulate the natural geothermal energy process. Finally, since geothermal fields are often found near oil and gas fields, cogeneration is another way to expand the use of this alternative energy source. This is all for today's video. I hope you find the video interesting. See you in upcoming videos.